Hello there, my name is Maxwell. I am the presenter of the Gonzalo Principles, also the author of the Gonzalo Principles for IELTS, a certified material for non-native speakers of the English language. If you're joining this channel for the first time, I would say it's a great opportunity to learn more about the English language tests known as the IELTS and other language tests like TOEFL, GRE, GMAT, SAT, and PTE. I would want you to also take a step further by subscribing on this channel and make sure you hit on the notification bell so you get notified when a new video pops up. Let's get down to business. What's the one question to the Gonzalo Principles today? Naturally, it's very important that you know that the speaking section should come first before every other section which you should take in the IELTS there. I'll be talking about the interview section today. What to expect? What kind of questions the exam will be thrown back at you? I'll be right back. Okay, awaken me today. Quickly, we shall be looking at the interview question. I'll be talking about sleep today. Now, it's kind of right when you come into the test center and you sit in front of the examiner, and the next thing you get to hear is, let's talk about sleep. And 1,001 ideas will be bobbing in your head, and you're wondering, what in the name of baby Jesus would I be speaking about sleep? Take it easy. It's one of the easiest questions you can ever think of. Now, think of yourself sleeping, and think of the very possibilities that you come up with, the kind of questions that you should expect when sleep is actually asked. For instance, they ask that, why do people sleep? Now, pay attention to that. Why do people sleep? You look at yourself, why do you sleep? So you don't necessarily need a special response to go through that there. Just put it within yourself that why personally do I sleep? I always encourage students, when you answer questions in this manner, I call them polar questions. Definitely you want to start off with a yes or no response there, but that shouldn't end there. You should be able to push through with your detail why you prefer to say yes, or you prefer to say no, or you prefer to say 2, 3 with the nominals or the ordinals there. Now listen carefully. If you got a question like, why do people sleep? People sleep for a variety of reasons. Personally, I sleep because I want to rejuvenate. Now, I picked 2 sentences. I started with a simple preamble. The preamble could generalize the question, which simply means that I've not answered the question yet. People sleep for a variety of reasons. I have not answered the question yet. Now, the moment I say, personally I sleep in order to get rejuvenated, that is where my response starts off from. I don't have to stop there. I keep pushing. Personally, you could say, I sleep to get rejuvenated. I work around the clock. Doing a lot of desk work and not having enough exercise could make one really get cranky. With these, I stretch out a bit and make sure I sleep enormously to regain energy lost. Now with these, I'm giving details to the ability which I've created. With these, I'm giving some kind of development to the reason why I sleep. Remember, you do not need some extraterrestrial response to your question or to the question given to you. Think within the space of what happens to you as regards to the question. And don't forget, most times the Nigerian students feel, quote unquote, Nigerian students are of the opinion that there have to be a special response to the question. There have to be some kind of high-tech response to the question. Not really. What you just need to do is think through the question, look out for the operative in the question, and try to connect a response to it. The question could be, why do people sleep? How do people sleep? Where do people sleep? How often should people sleep? Remember my operative words, how, when, where, why? These are words I pay attention to get my answers out, okay? Now, some basic rules you must put in mind while you are responding to the speaking section. Whether you're asked a question on sleep, a question on traveling, a question on tourism, a question on gift, present, school and education, just have at the back of your mind that try not to give just one word response. Do not do that. Make sure your responses come in sentences, and above all, you develop your sentences. 2, make sure you don't repeat the question. Now you get a question like, Talk about a gift you received recently. Now your response will be, I should talk about a gift I received recently. Okay, the gift I received recently, avoid doing that. Repeating the question does not necessarily mean that you're actually answering the question. Make sure you understand why you are taking in the question and what best response you can give to it there. So once you get a question like that, talk about a gift you received recently. Your response. The present I received not quite long is a gold wristwatch. In that manner, whatever detail comes afterwards, you can flow with it. I did not repeat the question, I did not use the examiner's words, I showed a bit of lexical resource and comprehension to the question. Be calm and cool. You don't necessarily have to flow with the pace of the examiner. So the examiner is kind of a fast-paced speaker, slow it down. Remember, you are being measured on your ability to communicate. So slow it down a bit so that you can get the best out of your responses there. I already started with sleep, and I showed you how you could push up on the word sleep. Going back to that same key subject matter, sleep could be used in a variety of ways. So you necessarily have to be very conscious of how the word comes in. So whether the word comes with another operative marker, saying sleep in connection to health, or sleep in connection to getting tired or getting exhausted after exercise, or sleep in connection to traveling. You just know that whichever way you have it, try as much as possible to pay attention to the connections and don't go beyond the dots. Okay, I guess you picked one of the things. Yeah, I guess you picked one of the things from this video. The most important part, that be confident about yourself. Make sure you do not get jittery or feel jittery about what you have to say or how you have to say it. The best is say it with a cool, calm, collected mindset, and that will give you your perfect score. Okay, so there you have it. Basic steps to take probably when you sit in front of the examiners will be to be calm, cool, collected. Try as much as possible not to get agitated. Remember, you're speaking to a friend and not a stranger. And whenever the question comes your way, think through the question and look for the operative words, okay? Never give a one-sentence response. Make sure your sentence comes, your responses come in sentences, and try as much as possible to give details in support of your sentences there. And above all, keep talking to the examiner, kind of asks you to stop. It's better that way because there'll be more content for you to be assessed with there. Keep practicing and make sure you have somebody self-assess you.